Welcome to another edition of IMO Sports with Pedro Justice. By now, if you haven't heard the news, Errol Spence interview with The Athletic, he basically said this: Errol Spence on a potential Terence Crawford fight. I definitely should get the bigger share. I'm not going to say that what Bob said recently, but proof is in the pudding who's the bigger draw. He's a great fighter, but I feel like 60-40, that's the right price. Do you agree with Errol Spence Jr. that he should get the lion's share if a super fight between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence happens? What he's referring to what Bob Arum said, I won't lose any more money on Terence Crawford. And he said some other things about Terence Crawford. Now, what's going on with Terence Crawford? He just came off of a spectacular knockout win over one Kell Brook. And now he was being praised. He's the number one pound for pound. And then they say a potential fight with Errol Spence. And Errol says, that's all great and good, but if you want to fight me, 60-40. And I'm not even going to refer to the fact that Bob Arum said, you are wasting money. You can't promote yourself. So I've had pay-per-views and I did well. You've had pay-per-views and you didn't do so well. So just saying, I'm the bigger draw. Now, these two, if you remember, they met in a hallway at a fight and they were going at it. And we all know that, some people say that Terence Crawford can be very stubborn. And the reason why is because they rate him number one pound for pound per ESPN. He's beating everybody that's put in front of him. He wants big fights, but his promoter is saying that it's hard to promote him. We'll make a video about that later on, but he's saying he's losing money. He's saying that Terence Crawford doesn't promote himself. Are these fair assessments of Terence Crawford? I mean, isn't it the promoter's job to promote you? But we'll get to that later. Errol Spence is saying, based on the facts, proof is in the pudding, I am the bigger draw. I've done better pay-per-view numbers, and first fight, 60-40 my way. Now, if you win, then it'll be 60-40 your way. Let's do it. Do you believe that Terence Crawford will accept 60-40 and not try to push for a 50-50 fight? Because if 60-40 is the roadblock, we may not see a fight between the two. Because when you have an impasse such as this and Terence Crawford wants to make it 50-50, the thing that you do is say, hey, it's 60-40 first fight. We have a rematch clause. If the winner gets 60-40 the next fight. So if you know and think you can beat me, then that means the next fight, you'll get 60-40. So we'll both have an opportunity to have 60% lion's share of the money. That does sound fair, but do you think since Terence Crawford feels he's pound for pound number one and the writers say so, and he feels that it should be a 50-50 fight, do you believe it should be a 60-40 fight or a 50-50 fight? Let me know what you think. Until next time, it's Pedro Justice.